Hey guys, what's going on? What I have here today, again, is a, because I loved it so much, is a Squier Sonic Telecaster in California blue. Again, Squier stopped their bullet line and it was replaced with Sonic line. As you can tell, it no longer says bullet on the headstock. And it won't say Sonic either. It just says Squier by Fender Telecaster. Alright. Again, this is in California blue. I just picked it up at the guitar store. I didn't do anything to it yet. As you guys know, every time I get a new guitar, I'm going to be polishing it up. And the fretboard here, it is very dry. On the back, there's no kind of varnish in it. It's just completely dry wood, just sanded down smooth. And just to give some details here, the body is made out of poplar. It's right here. These guys here, the electronics, the pickups, of course, are ceramic single coil pickups. Now, what they say from the video reviews that I've been watching, Undertones and some other video reviewers of this guitar, this specific guitar, which is the Squier Sonic Telecasters, that they are now using the affinity pickups, which is in a way a good thing, I guess, because the affinity line uses a little more of a quality pickup than the bullet line from before. So for them to put the affinity pickups here, I think that's a pretty good deal. Again, the wood is poplar. This color is California blue. The neck is maple fingerboard, 21 frets, narrow tall, of course, and the fingerboard is made of laurel, very dry too as well. So I'm going to be putting some oil in that. Tuning machines are sealed die cast. I might need to replace these guys with something else, but for now it works. So that's pretty much it. Again, top loader for the strings. I'll be changing those. But for right now, I just want to give you guys a tone test on how this thing sounds like. Bridge pickup. So loud. Hear that noise? Forgot that these are single coils. I'm so used to humbuckers. Kind of loud. So these are ceramic pickups, right? So not really the best, but they do sound pretty good. So this is a dirty sound with the on the bridge pickup here. trying this beef caldereta. My God, look at all that beefy goodness. It looks so good. All right, I'm gonna try this thing here. Put some beef in my rice. Add some olives to it. Oh my God, look at that. And then put some of that sauce. Oh yeah, that's right. No, wrong video, buddy. So again, I'm playing with the strings that came with the guitar. Sounds okay, I think. But I will change these. So, all right, let's go ahead and do the bridge, right? All right, so now this is both pickups. This is the neck pickup. Now time for the part that everyone's been waiting for. I know I am. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the guitar with my cleaner. Then I'm gonna cut the strings, of course, with my cutter. And I'm gonna polish it up with my little fretboard polisher here. Because again, the neck right here is very dry. And I'm gonna also check the frets. You know, I'm gonna check these guys one by one, see if they're actually set in correctly. And then the wax, right? And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and restring the guitar. And that's pretty much it. I'll go ahead and test it out again. Let me just show you guys something here. So I took out the strings, and while I was turning these tuning machines, look at this. They're very loose. You see that? This one too's loose. This one I just tighten up, and these other three are okay too. But these three were very loose. So you know, when you get a new guitar, go ahead and change the strings, because you never know. These are probably loose and you need to tighten them up. I'm just using a little, I forget what this tool is called, but this is what I'm going to be using to go ahead and tighten these things up. Okay, it's looking much better now. That. Nice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put some oil on this really dry fretboard. Super dry. Jeez. Check out that fretboard now. Oiled up. This is ready to get stringed. But first I'm going to add some lead to those little grooves there. I'm just going to go ahead and check these frets here and see how they're laid out. My tool here shouldn't rock back and forth like that. If it's probably set in, it shouldn't. Now it's fine. This one's good. Now it's fine. Now it's a little bit of a rocking motion, but more on this side here. Yeah, it's fine. So, for the most part, this is actually a pretty well-made guitar. I mean, aside from the loose tuning machines here, I had to tighten these guys up. But, you know, all in all, this is a pretty, you know, decently made guitar. And there are no fret sprouts. Super smooth. Just like with the first Squier Sonic that I purchased, the butterscotch blonde. Just like that one with this one here. It's a pretty decently made guitar. Very pleased. This is going to be a keeper too as well, so I'm going to take out the plastic before I put on the new strings. Time to put in the new guitar strings. This is the pain in the butt. With top loaders, pain in the butt. So the way I string Telecasters, I start with the lowest E first, and then I work myself going towards the higher E string. So that's how I'm going to be stringing this guitar. Now, if this was an Epiphone, or Les Paul, I should say, Les Pauls have three by threes, three here and 3 there. I string them from the closest to the neck, working myself out, or up, I should say. Alright guys, one thing I forgot to mention before I put the strings on is that because this is a top loader, meaning the strings are going through the saddle here, it's kind of tricky to insert the string and have it pop out from its saddle right there. So what I do is, when you get your string, or when you're ready to string your guitar, get the string at the tip about an inch. Go ahead and make that bend right there. So when you insert, right, when you insert the string, you're going to insert it here, and then where that bend is, it's going to go ahead and pop out of the saddle, so you can go ahead and string your guitar. Now when you pull the string, before even stringing your guitar, what I do, I make sure my tuning machines are all, the holes have a diagonal angle to them, facing this way, as you can tell. So when I put the string on, I just easily push it through here. Now these holes aren't going straight this way, they're in a diagonal angle like that, as you can tell. All right, just a quick tip. Okay, I'm gonna be putting the D string on now, right? So I'm gonna make a bend, like that's about an inch right there. I'm gonna make a bend, not really a 90 degree, more like a 45 angle degree, you could say. And then I'm gonna go ahead and push it through here into the hole. So the string can go ahead and go into the saddle hole here. I think that's the right word for it. Sometimes you might have a little hard time getting it pushed through, but it will always work. Now, I always have a little rag like this because I'm going to need it while I'm turning the string onto the tuning machine here. All right. And the way I do it is, you see this next peg here? I pulled the string a little taut right there, and I kind of gauge it just right about here is where I'm going to go ahead and push it back into the little knob here, the tuning knob. I'm going to make a little bend like that, right? Now I'm going to put this rag underneath the string, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this string down with my finger here while I'm turning the knob to tighten the string. I have a little rag so the string isn't going to scratch this wood. I know, I'm very careful with things, so even though this is a cheapo guitar, it still looks good. So I like to take care of things, even if it's cheap. Now, once it's a little tight, I go ahead and stretch it out. Give it a little stretch, going down the fretboard, stretch it out. Now I'm not going to tune this tight. I'm just going to have it a little, not too loose, not too tight, just in the middle for now. And where's my cutting tool? And cut the rest off. Go. All right, I'm gonna finish this up. All right, guys, I just finished stringing the guitar. So let me show you this. Now that's pretty clean, right? So this is a finished guitar. Oh boy. So now, last thing is cleaning up all this mess. So let me do that before, playing this thing again. These strings are not too tight, not too loose, so I'm just gonna let it settle in for now, and then I'm gonna tighten them little by little. So while I'm cleaning up, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the strings just a little bit now. So while I clean up, they can settle. That'll be a good like 5 minutes or so. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, so this guitar has been settling in like this, or strings I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and tune the strings to pitch now, and then I'll let it settle for another 5-7 minutes. So I'm gonna do that now. I checked the tuning again and they are not tuned, so I had to tune them again. And I also checked the intonation. The E and the A string are pretty bad, and the high E string is pretty bad too. The rest are okay. So I will need to go to a local Lowe's or Home Depot and buy the small Allen wrench to fit these screws here, so I can go ahead and adjust the intonation. I wanted to play with it, but it's not going to sound right until I get that thing fixed. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me and, you know, um, letting me show you guys how I set up this cheapo guitar, which is pretty beautiful, I think. It's all waxed, so shiny. And I also, again, polished the fretboard there with lemon oil. So this guy got some new strings. So once I get the intonation correct, I'm gonna go ahead and play with it again. Until then, take care, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.